Hello and welcome to the Get Rooted in Health podcast. I'm your host, Gabby, and I'm honored that you pressed play today. I'm a wife, a mom of 4, a personal trainer, and passionate about helping others lead a healthy and peaceful life. And if you're looking for a space where you can feel seen, educated, and gain practical tips, then you're in the right place. Are you burned out from the online world and just need a cozy place to come and learn without all the extra noise and endless scrolling? We are going to get real, dig deep, and engage in topics like navigating motherhood, what living healthy can look like, fitness, gardening, relationships, faith, and much more. I'm far from perfect, but I invite you along for the journey because, well, this is life, and we are always growing and evolving. If you are ready to finally take action and are ready to learn, grow, and transform your mind, then you are in the right place, my friend. It's time to establish deeper roots so that you can enjoy a more fruitful and fulfilling harvest. Let's dig in. Hi, friends, and welcome back to another episode on the Get Rooted in Health podcast. I am your host, Gabby, your friend, your mentor, and yeah, it's me. So I hope this podcast finds you well, wherever you're at, whenever you're listening to this. Maybe you're out on a run or a walk. Maybe you are just sipping your coffee, enjoying a little downtime. Maybe you're doing the dishes, catching up on some laundry. What's your what is the chore that you despise the most? Yeah, that's when I'm like, put on a podcast because I need all the distraction I can get. So typically that's like laundry. I don't mind the dishes, also because I don't mind being in my kitchen. And I kind of also, dishes happen because I love to be in my kitchen. So if I don't want dishes, then I guess I have to hate being in my kitchen. So it kind of comes together. But I will say having my kids be able to unload the dishwasher is such a huge gift to me in this season of life. I'd say my oldest has been doing it probably the last 2 years, and now he asks if the other kids want to help him. So usually it goes pretty good, but he's training the next up and coming. So yeah, loading the dishwasher I feel though is like a whole nother level of like strategic, and I guess I would just have to spend time with him more, showing him that. So anyway, I digress. So whatever you're doing, I'm so thankful that you decided to pop me in your headphones or on your speaker. Maybe you're driving somewhere, kids to sports or whatever, but I am so glad that we get to connect and chat for a little while. I made the mistake again of not putting shoes on sitting in this vehicle. It's in my garage, but because this is where I'm sitting right now when I need a quiet moment, if I can't sit inside to have the quiet moment. And this is literally my only window of recording right now that I can find, with amidst chaos of other things going on. I just didn't fit it in another day earlier in the week, and so here I am. And I don't think you'll be able to hear the chicks, but we got some 6-week-old chicks over here in the garage in their brooder box. I cannot wait to transition them outside. I'm ready for the stink in our garage to go away. More, my husband is excited for that because they are quite stinky. Good thing it's not like the dead of summer where it's super warm in here and it just like marinates, But anyway, hopefully my feet stay warm in here. But yeah, so this week I just feel like has been it's just been busy, but not busy. But also like trying to not put too much on our plate, with it being like the week leading up to Easter, and just wanting to really show my kids, what is Holy Week, and setting aside that and teaching them. We took a break from reading Exodus. We've been reading through that book because we finished Genesis, so we were moving to the next one. And we went to the book of John at the start of April. We've read that already together, but it's a great gospel to go through. And I said that I wanted us to read through it leading up to Easter. So we've been reading through John, and then I ordered a whole bunch of books off of Thrift Books. We have like 0 Easter, Resurrection Sunday type books. I didn't really have any. And so I follow a couple like homeschooling moms that share emails with lists of books that they like for like Christmas or Easter or for like St. Patrick's Day. Like they have all these, or like spring, books on spring, and they'll share links to them and their titles. And so then I just find them all on Thrift Books, and I will order them. So I got like quite a few, and so we would read our book of John, and then we would read one of the Easter books, and then we would pray. So that has been we usually do a little devotional after we read a chapter in the Bible. So yeah, this week has been really good, and yeah, just really wanting to point their eyes to the real meaning of Easter, and whether you celebrate it or not, like this is what we do and what we believe. And then today I just put some painter's tape on some watercolor paper, and in the shape of a cross. So I just made like a T, on their paper, and then they painted around it with watercolors. And then after it dried, we peeled the tape off, and there was a cross in the middle. So I always love being able to do easy crafts like that. I'm not a crafty mom. I'm learning. I'm growing. My kids love to cut and tape and glue and color, all the things. So I have to figure that out. And sometimes it's just a lot of free reign for them. But yeah, so that's what we have. And then I've just been, I think this week has just felt really stressful to me because I'm trying to fit in a big last. I mean, I still have some bigger runs, at least one more weekend of a long run, but like this is my biggest weekend again I need to get a 10 miler up against a 20 miler back to back for this 50K. I did this last month at some point in March, but my 20 miler is not going to be on the road, and that's just stressing me out. If it was the road, no big deal. Like, I'm road savvy. Trails, I'm not trail savvy, and I also have like a road mentality with pace where I know on the trails it's not the same, and I know that, and it's okay. It's hard because then I know I'm going to be out longer, I'm going to be gone longer, and I'm going to meet the group that's putting on this race at the trailhead that we'll be at on May 10th. And so I want to be there for the group training run because I want to meet some people. I want to have like support around me. I want to have more people around me, and I want to also get to know the course better. I got a little turned around last time, so not necessarily everyone, like there's a group, there's a 50-mile race as well the same day. I'm not doing that distance, so there's people that are going out for like a 35-mile training run. I'm not joining that, so like I might have to figure out like where I'm gonna go. I'm sure maybe I'll bump into someone that might not be doing that full thing either and might just be able to help me finish my 20. But in the end, I've been out there and I've done the 20 to 21 miles by myself. I just have to do it again, and it's just feeling like a lot because now we have Easter, and I didn't realize we were having Easter plans on Saturday. I thought it was all on Sunday. News to me, plans changed for one of the family gatherings is now on Saturday afternoon, and then we have church and another family gathering on Sunday, and I have to get these runs in. There looks like rain in the forecast, and me and my husband are going away tonight for we booked tickets to see a speaker in Illinois. We're staying overnight. We're coming home Friday, which I need to still get my run in, and I'm not going to wake up early when we're having a little getaway. Like, that's just not fair and not what I want to do. So, like, I'm going to have to run while he gets the kids and then do my big run Saturday and then get my act together and show up at this family gathering. So, like, I'm baking sourdough today. I'm going to have to pick up groceries. I have to bring some raw veggies to our family gathering, and I just feel like, okay, we can do that on our way home from our getaway, and then I can go on my run, and you get the kids, and then we'll go to our Good Friday service, and then I'll wake up the next day, and I'll go to my run. Like, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by it all, and I'm sure it'll all be fine, and it'll all work itself out, but I kind of just, like, want it all to be done. I'm looking forward to just, like, a Sunday being, like, all about Easter and rest day. I don't want to do a thing. Oh, yeah. But I don't need to complain about it. It's just a lot weighing on me and making sure I have all my ducks in a row and that I'm physically able to be up against all of this. And yeah, so I just have to get through this weekend, and my last highest mileage week, I'll probably, cap out around 56, 57 miles, and then go down a little bit in the next 3 weeks in mileage. So anyway, I think because I'm meeting at the trails and I'm not just starting at 5:30 in the morning like I normally do, like it's just feeling like it's eating into more of my day now that we have plans, and it's Alex's first Saturday off. We've made it through tax season, so like all the things are just feeling hard at the moment. But that is where I'm at. So I have packed up the kids for an overnight at their grandma's. I think I have most of my stuff packed, and I'm recording this podcast. I have to shower. I have a little one napping, and the big kids are playing outside or watching a show. So here I am showing up, just giving you the real deal, the lowdown of how it has to go sometimes. But yeah, I am excited to chat with you guys for a little bit and just sit down for a moment, because I feel like I've been on my feet a lot. So if you can relate at all to just like the busyness sometimes when there's so much going on, and then adding in like cleaning up the house and making sure your kids are all taken care of and all of the things. So we pack all their bags, and then the 2-year-old wants to she thinks it's like so fun and so cool, and then all the bags are out and she's ripping everything out of everyone's bags, and it's like, oh my goodness, okay. Let's try again. She's also in the phase of wanting to take her diaper off all the time, and when she has pooped, so that happened twice today. So there's a daily dose of some motherhood humor for you. You can laugh, yes. I need to potty train her. My kids told me she did pee on the potty yesterday. She took her diaper off and did that. I don't know. I'm not sure if I believe it or not, but maybe this summer we can do a little potty training and see where we're at. She has been my most independent child, and wanting to do the whole diaper thing, like potty thing, no diaper, over all of my kids. So I'll take it. Maybe she'll be an easy one, or maybe she's just teasing me. So anyway, so let's jump into today's topic, and it's just going to be a short and sweet about just ways that you can better your health for free, because we all like free, right? Free 99. I think so many of us can get bogged down with, we need all of this stuff. We need to acquire these supplements, hire a trainer, or buy a certain program, have all these tinctures, or buy all the organic food, whatever it might be, all these workout clothes and shoes, or whatever you might think you need to invest in to better yourself, your health. You actually really don't. There are great things out there definitely to invest in, into like fitness equipment and all of those things, but there are ways that you can save money and not even spend money to just start moving the needle in the right direction. I think that's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying to never spend money, but I think some people think, oh, it's just for the wealthy. It's just for the people that have the money to take care of themselves. And it's actually not true. I would say that most of us just have to recognize that there's just beauty in the simpleness of what it would look like to take care of our bodies and get back to the basics, the simplicity of it. So I just made a list of some things. I've seen things, spread around online as well. And I'm like, oh, this is so good. And it's such a good reminder. And I love it, because I want more people to realize that it's for them, that they too can feel better, that they can start moving the needle in the right direction, even if they don't feel that they are financially in a place to put money towards so many things. And if they want to, then there are ways that they can better their health by reducing their spending on things that are not enhancing their health. And we'll get to those. So I made a list here, and the first one that I wrote down was daily sunlight. I mean, this is not like, none of these are like rocket science, so you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. I mean, maybe there might be one or two, but like daily sunlight. Most of us by this time have heard enough. We've been inundated online with so many things. I know. So, daily sunlight, grounding, whatever you want to call it, the best thing to do is get some sun, some natural light on your eyes upon waking. It helps reset the circadian rhythm. That's your body's natural, like, wake up and go to sleep, like, time clock, your internal clock, okay? Back then, they didn't have screens and bright lights that kept them awake at night. When it was sunset and sun was down, all they had was a fire or candles. Do you think that they were super stimulated by all of that? No, their bodies learned to just like chill the heck out at night. We don't have that in our society. And trust me, we watch our shows at night. We're scrolling our phones. Don't think that I don't. But I will say that I hate bright lights in the evening. Like, I'm like, we have what I love. We have dimmable lights in our living room that we hung on the wall, and then one of our kitchen lights is dimmable. And so like I'm always like dimming the lights in the evening. I'm like, I just don't want high bright lights. My kids have, some of them aren't, but there's a few of our reading lights that they clip onto their books in their room that are red light. So red light therapy, like if you think of red lights, it's very calming. So we have like red lamps that they can use for reading books and just calming their eyes and their mind down. But yeah, so daily sunlight in the daytime, when you wake up, just go walk outside, go get the mail or the garbage cans, or I have animals I gotta take care of, or I'm out on a run. So like I love it where I'm just like, I'm doing it, I'm waking up and I'm getting out and my eyeballs are getting the light, now that it's not just dark for my entire run anymore, which I'm so thankful for. But I just called it a win when it was dark and I'm like getting blasted with 9-degree weather, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm waking up my whole system with freezing degree weather. My eyeballs are frozen, so here's our daily dose of fresh air at 5 a.m. with the winter weather. If this doesn't help, I don't know what does. But no, so daily sunlight, let that sunshine just soak in your face. Natural light, even if the sun's not shining, just the light is great to do for a few minutes. Getting sleep, again, not rocket science, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. It's so underrated, and I'm guilty of it. Like I pushed it aside so often. I'm like, nah, it's fine. And honestly, like, I know how much better I feel when I do get the sleep. And moms, when you got littles waking you up, I get it, I understand. I know I've been there. So you just have to do your best. And I know there's things like, if you don't get 7 or 8 hours of sleep, then you shouldn't work out. Like, I've heard that said, and maybe you just do some gentle movement, and maybe it's not something intense, and maybe you just have to find something different for that day, and that's okay. I would just make sure that you're nourishing your body. The problem with not getting enough sleep is it doesn't allow your body to have the right hunger cues. Your hunger cues are not in check. When you're overtired, your body is just, the hormones are out of whack, and you're just gonna so why you're gonna crave the sugar or the junk food. You're gonna reach for that extra coffee, and if you don't drink it black, well then guess what? Many people are getting a lot of sugar. They're drinking a lot of their calories, and it's just a downward spiral if your sleep is not in check. Your hormones are out of whack, your hunger cues are out of whack, and you're not recovering well from workouts or just daily life stress. Like, you're not able to recover to have the natural rhythm of your body needs that whole cycle of flushing out toxins as it's sleeping, all of the things. So really, really try to get yourself in a night routine where you're shutting things down at a certain time, and that you're getting the adequate sleep that you can. And of course, if you have nursing babies or kids that are still getting up, you do the best that you can, and just know that when you are starting to feel off, that Maybe you just need to go to bed just a tad earlier. You have to figure that out for you, and you have to be the one that's going to make it the priority. So, drinking water, that's free. We all got access to water, and if you don't want to pay for all the expensive electrolytes out there, hey, guess what? You could add some salt to your water. How about that? You could have some salt for the electrolytes. So getting that water in, filling up. I find that I drink more when I have a straw in my cup, not having to like tip a cup or a water bottle. So just have it open in a space that's like visual. You can see your cup. Fill up a big one so that you're chugging it all day. A 36, 40 ounce giant water bottle is helpful. Always have one in the car for your drives, anything. I mean, just have it handy. Another thing you can do is go walking. You can stretch. There's tons of free YouTube or Instagram workouts. Like, there's so much free stuff out there. And so you don't have to go to a gym and pay for a membership. You don't have to hire an expensive trainer if you're not in a position to be able to do any of that. Maybe you would need to invest in some weights, but again, that's not like a daily thing that you're spending money on. That's like a one-time thing. And then if you find some free workouts that work for you, that you vibe with the trainer and you like the style, you got to find something that you are willing to show up for, though. So don't just do something out of like, I just have to beat myself up. Like, that's not the point. If you want to get your heart rate up, like, go power walk some hills. And, you can get your heart rate up by doing, I heard on a podcast for like a basic HIIT training, you could do this like 1 to 2 times a week. You do 5 rounds of it and you go really hard for 30 seconds, rest for 2 minutes. This could be on the bike, this could be on the treadmill, or the road, whatever. This could be kettlebell swings, this could be burpees, this could be like jump squats. Like, go hard for 30 seconds, rest for 2 minutes, do it again, do it for about 5 times. That's only 2.5 minutes worth of work, just so you know, if I did my math correct. Something like that. 5 rounds of 30 seconds, but you have 2 minutes to fully recover and rest, where you could do like a plank hold, or you could do some abs. Like, you could do something in between that's low key, but something that's going to get your heart rate up, hit it to the max. I mean, that stuff's free. You just move your body. And so 1 to 2 times a week, that is huge for your cardiovascular system, and it's going to benefit you so much. So, you don't have to pay for a gym membership or some trainer or some program online. So many of things out there are great and super great to invest in. But again, we're talking about free. So that's where we're at. Journaling. Journaling is a great space to process thoughts in a safe place too. Like, hopefully no one's reading your journal, but except when you're dead. Writing things out is a way. I know that when I write things, I process things really well and much better, and I feel like I can be really real. I don't journal as much as I used to. I used to do a ton of it growing up. I think I just had gone through a lot of life stuff that journaling was my outlet, and it was a way I could also like journal my prayers, or talk to God kind of thing. So yeah, journaling is free and a great way to just pray, release your thoughts. It's freeing. It's actually really freeing. I would definitely recommend it. Having boundaries around your phone. It's free to put your phone down. It's free to put it on airplane mode. It's free to go put it away, to shut it off, right? Learning to have boundaries. We can all get better with that. These phones are such an awesome tool, but also just terrifyingly, is that even a word? Like, just like eating away at our social, just like in human interaction and what life used to be like. And I kind of wish we could all live in a society again of like no smartphones, no internet in our pockets, no access to the news immediately. Like, it's pretty wild. I was listening to a podcast and just how phones have impacted like teenagers and children of right now, our world today, and it's just sad. And I don't know what I would have done if I would have had all that stuff in high school. I was just spared by it all. I was just graduating, I think, when the first iPhone came out, like the year before or something. I had a flip phone for texting, and that was about it. I used a computer for everything else if I wanted it. I used MapQuest if I wanted to know my directions for somewhere, or I was lost, you know? So having boundaries around our phone, because it steals so much from us, whether we like it or not. We are influenced. We are constantly comparing, even when we say we aren't. We are not choosing to look up at the people around us. Like, can't even have conversations in line at places, in the elevator, at the grocery store. Like, and I've been guilty of it, but that I've been more aware lately. And in front of our kids, like all of that stuff. Like, where is our attention? Where is our focus? Where are our boundaries? And that is huge in just benefiting your health. It's your mental health. It's affecting you, affecting us, whether we like it or not. The constant comparisons and the feeling like we need the things that we see, and we really don't. We wouldn't have known anything about it if we would have never looked on our phone. And you would have lived life just fine. So just recognizing boundaries around your phone is a free way to invest in your health and your mental health. Check your influences and your environment. Who are you spending time with? You are who you are based on the people you hang around with the most. So they say that the 5 people in your life that you spend the most time with and talk to shape you. You are the most like them. So just check your influences and the environments that you put yourself in, at work and at home and in friendship circles. And are you part of a church community or a community at all of like-minded people? Or is it always just people that are making you feel like it's making it hard for you to continue to show up for the things that you feel you need to start making changes for in your life? Like, are they not making fun of you, but just giving you a hard time? Or like, oh, you know, you aren't eating that, you must be so healthy. Or another salad. Or like, let's go out and drink. Or, you know, let's go out to eat, or a restaurant, or go out to the bars. And you're just like passing on it all. And you know, it starts to just get old, and you just want people that are on your side and that are on your team, and people at home that are supportive. And I know you can't really change necessarily your home life, but just external things, even the phone, that is an influence. If that is a huge part of where you're getting so much of your worth and value and feedback, like, who are you following? What are you listening to? What is the news that you're following? Are you constantly filling your mind with all of that? You just have to be mindful of those things and how they are impacting you. Cutting out alcohol and processed foods. That is a way to, it's not free, but it's free because it saves you money that you probably were spending. So it's like putting money back in our pockets, right? We all like that. So, not saying never drink, never eat out, but like, maybe you need to like reduce that a little bit. Cut it back or cut it out completely. Whatever you need to do, that is up to you, and make that decision. Both of those things don't benefit you. I enjoy a glass of wine. I do. I enjoy eating out every now and again. A Chick-fil-A sandwich, or a Chipotle salad, or a hamburger, like whatever, French fries. This is like on such a rare occasion that we eat out. We don't do a ton of that. And we feel better, and we save a whole lot more money. We've always made comments of like, even when I like go get a Starbucks coffee, or like I want to treat someone to something and I want to get them a coffee, or I just had my birthday and so I had like a free coupon to get a coffee, and then you see how much it actually would have costed, and it's like, how do people afford this stuff? How do people afford all of that all the time? People buying $5 to $6 drinks at Starbucks 5 to 7 days a week. I don't know the statistics, but that's like $35 a week on coffee when you could literally spend pennies making your own coffee at home and learning how to make it if you want it like a latte, or just like add some protein powder to it and make it healthy and taste good still. Like, oh my gosh, I don't understand. It's not hard to make coffee. I get the like whole thrill of like, oh, I'm gonna hit up the coffee shop and let's go meet for coffee and I'm gonna pick up a coffee. Like, you just have to like retrain your brain. Like, you don't need it. Save the money, save the calories if you put all that stuff in it. So yeah, cutting out alcohol and processed foods are really big. Breath work, meditation, whatever it is to just calm your body, especially us moms. Like, my kids sometimes feed the anxiety in me where I'm like I'm trying to catch my breath because I feel so overstimulated, and I'm like, breathe, Gabby. Like, you just need to take some deep breaths and calm your body. Sometimes you just have to like go walk away from the situation, or step outside, or ask them to go somewhere else and just like breathe for a minute and reset. Meditate, pray, whatever it is. Those things are going to help allow for space and for just, calm. So those things are free. Getting in nature, getting outside, go do it. Always good for you to get outside. Lifting heavy things, lift it. Get some strength training in, like I said, with free workouts, I would say invest in some weights. Honestly, it's I know we're talking about free stuff, but you can find some things at home to lift, like heavy books or buckets or jugs of water. I don't really know. For now, if you want, get creative. Fill a backpack with some books. Power walk, with that on your back. I don't know. There's weighted vests you can buy, but you can get creative at home. So do what you got to do. Once you tell yourself you can, where there's a will, there's a way, right? You're gonna find a way. Stop complaining. Like, that just right there. Like, let's just stop complaining. Hence, what I was all complaining about from the get-go in the beginning, right? No, I was just being real in a quick little venting session. But no, for real. Complaining just doesn't get us anywhere. Sure, complain for a sec if you have to, whatever. But then be like, all right, well, what am I going to do about it? Like, your circumstance may not be able to change. So what are you going to do to make it better, or not complain about it? So you have to be the one in the driver's seat to make those changes of not complaining and not always feeling victim to your situations in life, if that makes sense. That stuff all eats away at you and your mindset, and then makes you maybe eat emotionally, maybe just makes you feel depressed, sit on the couch, you don't want to do anything. So is that any of that benefiting you? No, it's not allowing you to do any of these things on your list. Maybe you just end up binging on Netflix or whatever because you just want to check out. And how often are you just checking out and not like checking in? Get yourself accountable. Get yourself some accountability people. I mean, I found a community online that had been doing a push-up challenge last year, and then had started rolling that into like a squat challenge and a burpee challenge. And I had gotten sick, so I had to take a break from a lot of it. But like, I am doing a core challenge, and I'm still doing my push-ups, and I love that. Just a few people, and that's all I needed. And it just helps give me a challenge that I need outside of things that I do already with fitness. Like, I just needed a new challenge because not too much is challenging these days at the moment. So yeah. And then last thing, kind of like what I'm talking about, is community. Find community. And for us, like, we've grown up in Christian homes that have been very hospitable. We've grown up with Bible study groups and fellowship dinners, and like, community is so important to us. We had a church for 8-9 years And then when we moved, we had to really be purposeful in not letting too much time pass before we dove into some church shopping. And I think I'm going to do a podcast on it because, man, that's hard. Super hard. And it makes me get a little emotional because it's just, once you have a community and you have to leave something good to find something good again, it ain't easy at all. But we did move closer to family, which is a huge part of our community. We have Christian families on both sides, both that are very community-minded, fellowshipping with other Christians, other believers, even just welcoming anyone into their home. It doesn't matter. Sharing meals together. There's no expectations. People that want more for you, that want the best for you, that are there to support you, pick you up when you're falling down, support you when you're going through hard times in life, when you have a new baby, when someone's sick, like all of these things that cheer you on in your endeavors, like with, my running, or, they know we just made it through tax season, so we get text messages like, hey, you made it, all these things that that there's people out there that care about you, that love you, that want to spend time with you, that invest in you. And we have been attending a church now since the fall pretty regularly. We had to just land on one and pick it rather than going between 2 or 3 churches. And it slowly, the community will come. It's slowly making itself present. It's just hard because we've had to start over. We're different people now. We have children. We found our church before we had kids and kind of morphed into that. So community is just huge. It's free, but it's also so life-giving. I mean, you think of COVID times when people were getting sick and could not have community around them, family members to come visit them. Community is life. It's life-giving. It gives joy. It gives purpose. It gives love, all of it. So you need that in your life. You're not going to get that from your phone. You're not going to get it from the internet. You're not going to get it from the TV. You're going to get it from an actual hug, an actual conversation, an actual meal that you sit down and have with people. And you share stories and laugh and cry and all of the things together. So if anything, I'm very passionate about community, and I just think it's so, so important. And I have a running community that's not just online. I have it here in person. And it makes a world of difference. So if anything I can share, it would be that. So that is my list. That is my list of all these ways. And I'm sure there's more. And if you have one, share one with me if I forgot one or that you think is really good. I would love to know. But this was such a great conversation to have. And I hope that it encouraged you and maybe enlightened you to some areas that maybe you could do a little better in, or that you could add something in. And I am not by any means perfect in any of these, at all. I mean, also eating healthy food, that's free. You can choose. We're gonna have to spend money on food, right? On groceries, whether it's eating out or buying groceries. And then when you're buying groceries, you can either be spending money on junk food, or you can be spending it on produce and meats and healthier for you snacks and things like that. Learn how to make your own sourdough. Learn how to make whatever. Support a local person with eggs if you don't have chickens yourself. Do better with your spending, with your money. And if you're cutting out eating out and alcohol, you'll have a little more money maybe to put towards some of these healthier things. So, it's all about priorities and what you're willing to do. But I just wanted to encourage you guys in this area, moms especially, when you just feel like you have so much on you. You can do it. Just pick a couple things, and soon then you'll just stack them on there, one thing after another. When I was doing, what was I doing? I don't even remember. I was making something in the kitchen, or I was I'm going to make my coffee quick. I'm going to go do 25 push-ups, and then I'm going to do a few of my other ab workouts, and then I'll come back and pour my coffee, enjoy a few sips, and I'm going to go back and do some more. You have something in the oven, so you're going to do your workout while it's in the oven. You just stack things, and you figure it out, and you fit it in, and you're going to better yourself for it. You're going to feel better, and you're going to have just so much mental clarity and peace. So that's what I have for you. I look forward to chatting with you guys on the next episode. I love any ratings and reviews that you could leave me. You scroll down on the Apple Podcasts on this show and you leave a honest rating and review. I would love to shout you out, share them. Would mean a lot to me. It brings my podcast up in the podcast world. If you share them on social media and tag Gabby Get Rooted in Health or the Get Rooted in Health podcast, either one is fine. Email me with any questions or takeaways. Message me. You know the drill. I'm here for you, and I will chat with you guys on the next one. All right, bye.